Robby D and the lesser known.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Robby D and the Lesser Knowns. I am your expert host, Robby D. Thank you. With me, as always, is producer Will. Hello.
Hello.
There he is. Great. Stop what you're doing, because today we have a fantastic guest in studio for you. He is a brilliant actor, writer, comedian, funny person, great hair grower, fantastic hair grower, and makes his own wardrobe. But most importantly, he is the owner-operator of his very own business called The People Walker. He walks people for a living. We love it. So, I just want to remind you one thing here, Chuck. Whatever the first thing the audience hears you say, they're going to judge you on for the rest of the podcast. So make sure your answer to this question is good. How are you doing?
How are you doing?
Oh, that's fucking great. Woo! Fantastic answer, Chuck. Gonna be a good show.
We never said his full name.
Well, we're getting there, Will.
I'm jumping the gun.
The audience now is on his side. Thanks for that fantastic response. In the studio is Mr. Chuck McCarthy.
Yeah. I can't believe you got all these people to come out.
Yeah, there's three of them. Thanks for coming in, Chuck. We're excited to hear your story. But to help the audience fully understand what it is you do, can you maybe articulate it for them?
I walk with people.
That's fantastic. That's so good. I love it. I have a little idea. To help the audience understand fully what it is you do, I would like to take a walk with you, a virtual walk.
Okay.
So the audience listening right now gets a shot at what you do. So we're in a park, birds are chirping, I meet up with you, and here comes some footsteps, hiking through the gravel. It's a beautiful day in the park, and I've ordered Chuck an hour-long walk, and hi, are you Chuck?
Hey, yeah.
Hey, nice to meet you. I'm Robert. I'm your afternoon walk.
Awesome. Great to meet you.
This is cool.
Yeah. Well, you ready to walk?
We're already walking. Apparently.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
Yeah, let's go this way.
According to the footsteps, you guys are really hustling.
Yeah, Will, you're not here.
Great.
It's just us on the walk.
Yeah, it's one-on-one.
So, yeah, thanks for meeting up, man. I've had a hard time getting out, getting some exercise. My friends are all fat, lazy drunks, and I figured I'd get a walk with someone I don't know.
That's great, yeah. Well, it's a beautiful day for it.
It is. Look at the birds.
Yeah.
They're so nice. So anyways, man, I just, I've had some problems lately. So
yeah,
nice
what's going on?
Yeah, I have hemorrhoids. So.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
Yeah.
One of the reasons I started walking was I thought maybe I was starting to get hemorrhoids. So I was like, I need to get up and get off my butt and, get some better cardio. And so, yeah, this is great for that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's good to hear because I feeling better already.
Awesome.
I also have a mild case of diphtheria.
Oh, wow. I don't know exactly what diphtheria is. I've heard it before, but
it's a
what is that?
Bacterial infection in my body. It's just, It comes from being a dirty person, kind of.
Oh, well. I hope that works out.
Yeah.
What do you do? Is that from your work or?
Oh, yeah. I'm a carpenter.
Oh, cool.
Mm-hmm.
What
I mainly focus on stairs,
big
building staircases
in houses or like commercial properties or what?
I'm actually no one's hired me in a long time.
Oh, okay.
But
so out of work, yeah, that can be stressful. That could be.
But that is what I do.
Probably the diphtheria is not helping.
Hi, stranger. Are you just walking by, hearing our conversation?
I've been listening for a while.
Wow. Well, I'm paying this man for this service, so maybe you could get in on this if you're going to talk.
No, it's okay. Here's my card. I'm actually the people walker. So
this is a wonderful card.
Okay. Yeah. Well, we'll see you later. Yeah. Have a good walk by yourself.
Let's start walking. Let's get away from that guy.
Yeah. So I understand. I mean, being out of work can be really stressful. So that could be, contributing to the hemorrhoids and maybe the diphtheria. I'm not actually a doctor. Yeah.
You could be one though. You're smart.
Well, my grandfather was a doctor. So.
And scene. Wow. So that right there would have cost me about what? If you take
the minimum is half an hour.
Okay.
And that's $7 for a half hour.
So that's worth every penny. There's no doubt about it.
You got some stuff off your chest.
I did. Oh, not me, the character.
Oh, okay.
I don't have.
I gotta say, you're a professional.
Yeah, you did good.
You just took the hemorrhoid thing right in stride.
Yeah.
And you were like, let me relate to this hemorrhoid.
Well, I mean, I try to either empathize or sympathize. And I think a big problem that people have is thinking that they're the same thing, and trying to empathize with things that they can't empathize with. Like, I don't, if you're, the way I think about it is if you're watching a movie and you see somebody break a nail, like scratching at something, and like in Silence of the Lambs, that scene where she's trying to climb out of the thing and she, breaks her nail and sees all these other nails broken, that gives you a chill because you know what it's like to hurt your finger, to break a nail, to bite your finger to the quick or whatever. But if you see somebody's head explode in a movie, you're like, whoa, oh, that's bad news. That guy's head exploded. But you have no idea what having your head explode feels like. Nobody really does, because once your head explodes,
that's pretty much it for you.
Yeah. So
there could be somebody somewhere for a half second watching a movie, have a head exploding, have their head explode, and know what that's like, but then be dead.
Well, I feel like there might be somebody out there who knows what it's like to have your head explode, but they're not watching a movie afterwards.
Yeah.
But they might be able to relate to a head exploding.
We got to get that person on the show.
Well, anyway, they can't. Nobody can empathize with the head exploding. You can only sympathize with that person. You can empathize with the person who broke their nail because you know what that feels like. And the same thing happens with things every day. If if somebody says, "Oh, I'm dying of cancer," like I don't know what that's like, but I've had relatives die of cancer that I cared about. So I can say, I don't know what that's like. It must be terrible. I can only put myself so close to being in their shoes. I mean, it's a lot of it actually has to do with acting. The idea of trying to get into a character, but then what I try to do with the walking is not pretend like I am able to fully understand, and I think that's important when it comes to connecting with people and talking to them about their problems.
I got a question then that leads me about it. How many times do you think people hire you less for walking and more for somebody to talk to or vent?
I think it's I think most people hire me for
little column
for the whole thing, because it is like a lot of times people are feeling down or whatever, and maybe they want somebody to talk to, but it's also that they're feeling down because they've been sitting around.
Yeah, they've just been sedentary.
Yeah, so, it is definitely something that is a huge added value and is a huge value to what I'm doing. But I wouldn't say that some people, obviously have, but for the most part, it's people wanting to get motivated and also just be able to go walk and not be by themselves walking, because it's when you do one, it might be cool. You might be Zen meditation, but it also feels more like exercise usually for most people if they're just walking by themselves.
Yeah.
But if you're walking with somebody else, then you are talking and chatting and having fun, and you can walk for an hour or two and not even realize oh wow, we've walked 5 miles, 6 miles, and gone 2 hours, and we're just chatting it up.
Yeah.
I can see how that would work. I can also see the opposite, because one time I went and ran with my wife because I thought, I have someone else to go running with. Great, this will motivate me. And I got to 1.85 miles, and I was like, just go, man.
Well,
just go.
Yeah, but
I can't do this. Just go.
Running and walking are different things, and people have asked me, "Oh, have you thought about doing running with people or biking with people?" But to run with people, you have to be on way more of the same level of physical, fitness, and you have to be running at a pace that's below what your, actual pace that you're trying to push yourself at, because you can't really talk if you're like really running, like you're really going for it. But I mean, in high school, when I was on the soccer team, we would go and have to run a couple miles or whatever. And when we were doing that as a group and like, messing around and talking while we were running, that was easier and more fun. I mean, there's a reason why in the Army they make the guys, sing songs while they're running, because it changes it.
Yeah.
It makes them able to run or march further, and
you're more effective with your pacing and breathing.
Says the guy wearing the Navy jacket.
Yeah, it's all the same thing.
I know you get it.
Oh yeah.
I just like
I like the songs too. They're good songs.
Do you have one?
No.
Okay.
I wasn't in it. That's why I didn't get the one. If you run by, you hear
you just know a good song when you hear
well,
it.
like Full Metal Jacket,
Yeah, I was gonna say Edge of Tomorrow.
That was a great movie.
Great movie. They're
both
singing songs.
fun movies.
I feel like there's a lot of I don't know, but I've been told.
Yeah.
But if you've been told, then you do know.
Well,
I guess you don't know personally.
Yeah, exactly.
So again, that takes you back to the empathy versus sympathy.
They're deep
We've
lyrics.
gone full circle. Can we take you back a little? I actually want to hear, how did you come up with this? So in case you don't know, obviously he walks people and he's been doing it for a while. So where did this get inspired from? Because people get ideas, and they go, "Oh, I have an idea," and they go, they sit on it for a while and ask you this stupid idea. You didn't. You got this idea and you kept going. So what happened?
Well, just to preface that, I used to have a blog. I mean, it's still up. You can read all the amazing ideas. A lot of them have actually come true. I created the micro influencer, or whatever.
What is that?
The idea of like influencers that have less than 10,000 followers being an important thing for companies to use to leverage for marketing.
So instead of buying 1 million person, you buy a bunch of 5,000.
Yeah, because those people are actually closer to their followers, and probably have actually interacted with them. They might be trusted more, and also you have people that have 3 million, 4 million followers, but they have no influence over their fan base. It's like some of the butt models. It's like, okay, you have a lot of followers because you have this great butt, but like, what is
I'm not trusting you with your restaurant. Right?
Yeah, like what is what is that gonna a guy isn't gonna like it's like
with a hotel.
When 2 million of those are dudes, then you're not gonna do that great of a job of selling yoga pants to them.
That's valid criticism.
I agree on paper, but there is that one girl that just sold like her bath water, so I guess people will buy anything.
Right.
Well, but like
that
who's the company behind the bath water?
She
Exactly. So I mean, it's like she can't get a sponsor because of the bath water.
That's true. She probably has enough bath water money.
Yeah, unless she finds bath salts. Company that is
made out of her dead skin cells.
Yeah. Bath salts needs some new PR
that she puts in the bath salts. That's not the drug.
Yeah, no, I know. That's what I'm saying. That's what people associate. They need new PR.
So
they're looking for sponsors.
Let's change the name. Let's call it bath bombs. No. Lee, avoid the word bomb.
They did that.
I know.
Yeah.
Chuck, you're ruining my joke.
Sorry.
Okay.
No, it's all right. You
were saying, go on.
Well, anyway, so I had this website where I was just giving away my ideas. If you made $1 million, I asked that you give me some. I still haven't gotten any checks, but
why don't you throw out your address so everyone can just send you some
and your social security numbers? They can 1099.
Yeah.
19? No. So I had shared a bunch of my ideas before, and people were like, oh, those are pretty good ideas. And I was actually interviewed by Inventor's Digest, and I was on CNN Headline News. They did a 5-minute expose on me as an inventor and, thinker.
Well, yeah.
So, fast forward. Basically, I was walking a lot more with my girlfriend, and I was trying to figure out something to do to make some money on the side from being a Hollywood actor. And I thought about being a dog walker. I thought about doing some other things. I really wanted something that would get me more active. And as we were walking and we were talking about this, we saw these personal trainer flyers and then these dog walker flyers next to each other on telephone poles, all up and down like Los Feliz. And I said, oh, maybe I'll just start walking people. And, you know, when you say that, it sounds funny. I mean, the words people walker kind of sound funny to most people if they haven't heard it. And we thought it was funny, and then just kept talking about it. And the more we talked about it and the more I thought about it, the more I thought that there would be people that would want or need the service for either safety or motivation. Those were the two things that I really thought people would want it for. And I talked to some other people and, you know, bounced the idea off of some other people and thought about it more. And then just kind of really thought about what it would take to start a people walker service. It was like, all right.
Just got to tell people.
Flyers, tell people, put up a Facebook page.
Have you thought about getting a studio with a bunch of treadmills and then doing multiple walks at once? You're at the front.
Yeah, I thought about doing that as a viral video.
That would be good. Yeah.
But what's really funny about that is if you look up walking video on YouTube, there's several videos of somebody just walking in place and a bunch of people standing in front of them. And they're just like, we're going for a walk. All right. Because I mean, the truth is, you know, as far as the motivation aspect of it, at the core of almost every like health and personal fitness success story is this motivation and accountability. And if you look at shows like The Biggest Loser or whatever, everything always starts with walking. Because you're not going to tell somebody who's 500 pounds overweight, oh, go out, run a marathon. Yeah. Or like...
Go run. You know?
If you go to the doctor and you're, you know, a 55-year-old dude who's 15 pounds, 20 pounds overweight, the doctor's not going to say, hey, Hal, you should go run a marathon and start playing hockey and maybe rugby. Like... They're going to say you should start walking, maybe swimming, doing some low impact cardio. And, you know, they're also going to probably give you some dietary things. But the big thing is to do low impact cardio, which is walking. And so, you know, that seems easy enough, but most people need motivation and accountability to get almost anything done. And if you look at what the Fitbit was trying to do or is still trying to do, it's basically give people that motivation and accountability. But obviously,
it worked on me for a while.
Well, but a thing on your wrist is not the same as having somebody else that you're disappointing by not showing up.
And still having to pay once you cancel within an hour.
And also the big thing is you can't really talk to your Fitbit about your hemorrhoids or being out of work as a carpenter
or having diphtheria.
Or diphtheria.
Do you know what diphtheria is, or you just make
it's a bacterial thing. Google it for us.
But anyway, I got
some sort of bacterial thing you get from dirt, being dirty.
I got off topic.
Maybe even fecal matter. Fecal matter's involved somehow, probably.
While we're looking that up,
read it. I would like to hear that.
An infection caused by the bacterium Corynebacterium diphtheriae, and it causes a thick covering in the back of the throat.
I said throat. Yeah, what's up?
Thick gray
inside.
Man.
So once I realized that, I just had to make flyers and.
Yeah, well, that's what I want to hear. So you put the flyers out. Tell me about your first phone call from a first customer you didn't know.
Yeah, so I was, I said, okay, I'm going to do this. What's the buy-in? Because I'd had the other ideas where it was like, oh, well, I'm going to need $10 million to be able to make my own cell phone or whatever. It's like, I got to set up a factory in China and, do all this R&D. And
Let me go on Shark Tank. Who do I know that works at Shark Tank?
But this, it was pretty simple. And initially to start, I really just wanted to prove that it was a good idea, that it was something that people would be interested in. And so, I put up the flyers and I got contacted by this guy and I went and walked with him. And it was actually really scary because when it came down to it, I was like, oh, wait, like.
He's like, come meet me in the alley.
Well, I was like, what if I don't, what if all my ideas about this or, theories don't come true or, this is like super awkward. And, at first meeting anyone is a little awkward, but the amazing thing about going on a walk with somebody is that there are so many things to inspire and seed conversation. And also when you're walking, your brain just goes into a different mindset. You're actually 60% more creative. And, you're looking around and at different things, and there's always a conversation starter, because you're always seeing different cars going by or different animals, different dogs, people, trees, and even if you've driven through a neighborhood 1,000 times, 10,000 times, walking through the same neighborhood, you'll see things that you never noticed. Even just things about houses, like I don't know, wow, that's a weird murder shed in the back of that house.
I have a murder shed.
Yeah,
it's nice.
But
I put a new backsplash in it. It's great.
Yeah, but you start off with small talk, and then you get to deeper talk, bigger talk,
big talk.
Yeah, big talk.
So that very first walk, how'd it go?
It went good.
Still walking him today?
I'm not still walking him, but I walked him, maybe 10, 12 times. Yeah.
How long have you been doing this?
3.5 years now, almost. Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah. So.
That's awesome. So you actually done it so long and so well, and you got so much just national attention because you blew up there. You went viral. International. Oh, Australia. I saw the Australian one. Germany.
Yeah. I'm the David Hasselhoff of walking.
Yeah, that was a good joke.
And then, so to go full circle, you actually got your own TED Talk over at UCLA about walking.
Yeah, I did a TED Talk.
So tell us about the first moment you realized you were going viral. What happened? It's always like a friend that calls and says, "Oh my God, did you see that blah blah blah," or something like that.
Well, I think it was a video piece that went like really viral first, and I guess it was just getting hundreds and hundreds of messages to my Facebook page for the people
for the walking. Yeah.
Like to be walked, or like to interview you?
A lot of them were asking for interviews. So, the really stressful part about it was that I was getting hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of messages to that Facebook page, and a lot of them were asking for interviews. A lot of them were just people in wherever in Idaho being like, "I love this idea. That's great. Awesome. When are you going to come here?" It's super great, but it was really hard to basically have to go through all these messages, which were like almost 100% positive, but to try to find the ones that were actually people here in LA that might be interested in actually walking. A lot of people wanted to also start their own people walker or be a people walker. Wanted to know if I was hiring, and
what are your benefits?
Yeah, so that was it was super intense, and just having to scramble and feel like you needed to respond to all of them. It was tough.
Yeah, you need a people walker assistant.
Yeah. Well, and Mandy was actually helping me for a little while, but then she got a job.
She said, "I can't do this
She's
anymore."
like, I can't do this anymore.
What's the most random country that wanted to hear from the people walker you were surprised about?
I did a interview. So did you see? I was on The Doctors, right? The TV show
With Dr. Oz?
No,
Or the
handsome doctor.
Dr. Oz is handsome, but he's handsome. Come on. He's like 70. You look good for 70.
The really handsome doctor guy, and then the older handsome doctor guy.
Dr. Drew?
Whatever. It's called The Doctors.
Gotcha.
So while I was in the green room for The Doctors, I had to do a radio interview with Slovenia.
Slovenia radio, all the rage.
And it was the weirdest interview that I've done, because she was saying the questions in Slovenian, translating the questions to me. Then I was answering her questions. Then she was translating my answers back. And then she was asking the next question in Slovenian and then translating for me. So it was like basically me sitting and listening to Slovenian English question, answering, yes, well, I walk about 7 people a week. And then Slovenian. So I thought that was a very interesting one. A lot of South American radio stations I've done calls with.
They walk down there?
Yeah. In New Zealand they call hiking walking. Nothing is a hike in New Zealand, so they love it. And apparently everybody in New Zealand has their own radio station, because it's such a small country, but they've got lots of radio stations. I think it's because the mountains
mess with the signals or something.
Yeah, like basically if you have a radio station in one little town, it can't actually get to the next town over because the mountains are so high.
That's good to know. If I want to go into radio, I'm going to move to New Zealand.
There's only like
open market,
like,
baby.
What, 4.5? There's like 4 million people in New Zealand.
Yeah,
something like that.
I think isn't there like 20 sheep to every one person?
I don't know, but that sounds right.
Crazy.
There's not very many people. Yeah. Beautiful place. It's beautiful.
Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, so Slovenia is my answer.
Okay.
I'll lock
Fantastic.
in.
Final answer. Slovenia.
Yeah, final answer.
Good. You're the Mikael of walking in Slovenia. I made the name up.
Oh, really?
Oh, that's weird. It means Michael Jordan in Slovenia.
Right, that's what I meant.
Yeah.
That's what I meant. Thank you for helping me with that. That's fantastic. This is crazy because, I mean, we met, 2011, I guess? We took UCB together.
Yeah.
We had Will's class.
Not
we
me.
did improv. Not you. We met back then, and you were a thinker back then, because I remember I helped you film the double bikini gif. You knitted a bikini for 2 people.
that was a collaboration with my mother. I told her I wanted a double bikini, and she crocheted me one.
Did you test it with your mother?
No. Yeah, I think probably the most surprising thing that's happened with the People Walker stuff is that nobody has brought up all my amazing gifs that get shared on the internet daily.
You have some?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I've seen the double bikini gif on Reddit before.
I was doing like.
Oh,
you have some. Tell us more.
Yeah.
I know he has some. I helped him film the double bikini. I see it.
All right. I read
Oh, you have some. Well, tell us.
Yes, I actually do have some gifts.
Tell me about some of these,
I have
please.
an award-winning one. I won a Giphy award for my cereal bowl eating gift. Right?
Yes, please bring that one.
Yeah, bring that one up. I eat cereal with 2 hands off the top of my head, and that one won an award, a Giphy. I was told later that it was a BS award by somebody at Giphy, but whatever.
Well, fuck that.
What is
hater.
it?
He's
It's still an
probably-
award.
Wait, what does that mean?
I don't know.
What it means is that guy made a gift that didn't win the award, and he's fucking jealous of our boy Chuck.
I thought you were saying, well, how much money did you get for that? Did you get?
Well, enough money to start the People Walker.
Are you laughing at how much you got? Like it's an insane amount. You're laughing to the bank.
Laughing outside the bank.
Okay.
Like a crazy homeless man outside the bank.
Panhandling for change.
One day you're gonna want me in there. I'm telling you, people.
I had some, but I worked for, I did a couple of freelance gift making gigs. And
Yeah.
I got paid pretty well.
What's your secret meme hotspot? Like, where do you go for quality memes?
His own page.
No, yeah, I go to my own page. I look inward.
Look inward.
No, I'm a member of Yeah.
Okay.
Or it's actually because I'm like at that level of memeing where I don't want a good meme. I want a terrible meme.
You want-
So is useless, unsuccessful, and unpopular memes. And so it's basically people competing to make the most terrible memes.
And so you've ascended such good meme making level that you want the crap now.
Yeah.
Like an auteur.
I'm not interested in the plebeian memes.
Oh, I found it. There it is. That's the Chuck McCarthy cereal bowl.
We'll put a link in the video.
Put a
And
link.
if you're listening, that's just tough luck.
Yeah, a lot of my
For the
workout.
YouTube.
I did some workout aerobics instructor gifts for Jane Fonda's workouts 40th anniversary or something coming out.
What was the one where you dropped the towel? You're in the shower and you dropped
The towel surprise gif I did make money off of because FXX licensed it to use it for bumpers. So like, it would,
Yeah, they're little like
You know.
between shows.
The Simpsons would end and then
And then you
a
drop towel.
a picture of me dropping the towel, or a picture of my friend Julie dropping her towel and it being me.
That's what it is. It's like a girl. You think it's gonna be the girl naked, and it's Chuck.
That's great. That's awesome.
Which honestly, to me, is just as good.
Yeah. So
You
a lot of
have it.
people thought so. So the bumper that was used as a bumper. So it'd be like, you're watching FXX. Look at this guy.
I know the little bumpers. But I watch Always Sunny is my favorite show. I see it every week. Shout out, best show on TV.
Yeah, here you got it.
But that's funny.
Yeah.
So I don't remember the towel surprise one, but that's
Yeah,
pretty fucking
towel
cool.
surprise. You've probably seen it. I think that went to the front page of Reddit too at one point.
yeah.
Oh, I forgot about the couch roll. That's a
The
solid
couch
one.
roll was one of my first ones.
Yeah,
That
sitting
was-
on one end of the couch, and then you do a barrel roll, and start making out with a chick on the other end. Pretty solid.
You know who that chick is?
Your wife?
Mm-mm.
It's too grainy.
Yeah.
Do I know her?
America knows her now from.
Help
Oh,
me.
he's teasing the tension.
Help me. Help
Well,
me.
I don't
That's-
want
she's
to.
a
I don't
big
know if
deal.
we want to
We can all
go backwards
we can go back and edit
into
it out
your
if she's
past.
unhappy.
No, let's. I don't want to bring up
Oh.
Robbie's past.
Now
No,
we have to know. I'm so excited.
no, she's. This girl is on The Bachelor and Bachelor in Paradise. It's Annalise.
I don't know if
You know her?
alumni. I don't. don't.
Jason knows her. I thought you knew her maybe just because Hollywood.
Well, it's very sectional. I was on a long time ago.
No, I mean I just thought you would know her from because I know her from before, and Jason, who we were talking about earlier, Serena, knew her. Personally. I don't know, but anyway, yeah, that's another one that I've been like, well, I'm surprised no super fans have realized.
Yeah,
that.
no one stopped you on the street and been like, "You're the towel. You're
You're the towel guy.
you're the hot towel girl guy."
But yeah, the couch roll, that was one of my first big
Do you have a
hits.
favorite? Do you have a favorite?
Well, that
good
one
favorite?
I really liked because that was made for, I was making a video that never got done to teach people how to do red box dating, which was an idea I had.
The window missed on that one.
Yeah. Well, there's still red boxes. And
Yeah, it's topical comedy. Man.
Yeah.
You can't drop it anymore.
Yeah.
Redbox is done.
they're still around.
Disney Plus is
Yeah,
gonna crush
but
everybody.
yeah, Disney, Netflix, Hulu, Disney Plus is steamrolling.
Well, yeah. Anyway, the idea was to put little post-it notes on DVDs when you return them, and it says like, "Hey, if you're lonely and want to watch a movie with me, like this movie, I liked this movie.
I'll watch it again."
Here's my Facebook.
Did you ever actually test it?
I did.
And?
Yeah.
I didn't get any results.
Please tell me a guy called you.
Well, I got it.
Look, it's non-sexual, man. I'm just lonely. Can you just come over?
Well, Ryan Seacrest called.
Right.
Yeah.
Did he actually call you?
Well, I talked to him about the red box dating.
Really?
Yeah.
The Ryan Seacrest?
Yeah.
What did he say?
He said that he thought it was just so creepy that it just might work.
Yeah.
And it was like so creepy that it looped back around to being not creepy anymore.
It's you know what? Shooters shoot, bro. Shooters shoot. You know what I mean? I like it. Because guess who's gonna call you if you don't leave that post-it note? Nobody.
Yeah, nobody.
Guess who's gonna call you if you leave that note? Somebody.
Maybe Redbox.
Maybe.
Hey,
Maybe Redbox.
Stop
fucking with that
Stop
machine.
putting these notes in the machines. They're
Do you have
clogging
any
them in the
DVDs
machine.
you've scratched and ruined, you son of a bitch?
Hi, we're Redbox. We're calling in to stop messing up our stuff, man. God.
First thing you get is a cease and desist
Yeah.
from Redbox.
Yeah. They're like, we've signed you up for eHarmony.
See,
They've got 47 levels of compatibility.
we paid for your
Free of charge.
2 years of your account if you just promise to leave our shit alone. Here's the other thing about it. There is a bit of strategy involved because I feel like if you're dropping those notes in like John Wick,
This was the discussion with Ryan Seacrest. Was that, maybe do you put it in the rom-coms or do you put it in the action movie and look for the cool chick?
That's what I'm saying. I think you don't
who are you
pander.
trying to attract? Or you just be real and only put it on videos that you only put it on movies that you've watched and you enjoyed. So you're not lying about who you are, like all the
You don't wanna
online
start off on a
dating
lie.
services.
You could also just like, even if you watch the movie, maybe you hate it. You're like, I fucking hated this movie. If you hated it too, let's bitch about it over a beer.
Exactly.
be honest with the note.
Yeah.
Yeah, always.
Okay, so what about? I think my strategy, if I were doing this, I just leave a note in every Adam Sandler movie because everybody loves those. I mean, just go with it. Think of how many chicks have watched that. What was the
50
Jack
First
and Jill?
Dates?
Jack 50 First Dates. Oh my
Yeah.
God, that's a great
Spanglish.
movie. No, I probably wouldn't leave one in Spanglish. But
That's where he draws the line.
yeah. Because now he's gone Netflix.
The Stupid Six.
Don't mess with the
what?
Zohan.
Oh my God, I'd leave 2 notes in that one.
Oh, Ridiculous Six.
Yeah, Ridiculous Six. That's it. Stupid
honest-
Six, I think, is what the critics called it.
Yeah.
If you go watch an Adam Sandler movie in the theater, it's nothing but hot people walking out when it's over. You can sit out
That
there.
hasn't been my experience, but it's been a few years.
I saw the Jennifer Aniston one. Apparently, it broke all kinds of
She's in, like,
records for Netflix downloads.
Dude, she's killing
Really?
it. Think
Yeah,
about
seen
it.
that one, but-
it's Jennifer Aniston and Adam Sandler, and they're like a dumpy couple. He's a cop who hasn't made detective yet, but his wife thinks he has.
Oh, the irony.
And they go on a like European honeymoon because I don't know, she's mad at him, and
Well, she
then they
can-
solve all kinds of murders.
Well, she couldn't be a detective either if she hasn't even figured out that he's not a detective.
Yeah, but amazingly,
Not a lot.
Good. Yeah, that's
together
they're not good detectives.
together they're able to solve any problem.
Serious crimes,
Yeah.
high-level
It's just-
murders in Europe.
It seems like a pretty solid move, though. You start out, you make a bunch of money from friends, then you go and you do some serious stuff in hardworking movies, and then you're probably tired of making movies, but you're like, oh my God, I can do a 30-day set with Adam Sandler, super chilled.
30 days.
25? You think it's less than that?
With all of those, it's always about where they're going to shoot.
Yeah, so you
With
go-
this,
so you
they got
live
to
in
go
Hawaii.
tour. Yeah, they got to go tour around Europe.
On the company dime. You shoot a movie that's just
what was
just
that?
relaxing.
Couples Therapy with Vince Vaughn and
Yeah.
all those guys. It was just at like a Sandals resort. They
Grown-ups,
yeah.
you know, they just
51st Dates.
yeah. He's hanging. He lives a great life. Say what you will about the movies, if you like them or not.
But that's why Jennifer Aniston, she's 50. She's just like, look, I've done all this hard shit. I'm just gonna chill the rest of my life, make a bunch of money.
Can I pitch you guys my Adam Sandler movie?
I
Hold
would
on, wait a
love
minute.
it.
Wait, we gotta get into we're in executive mode now. Okay, coming in next, Mr. Chuck McCarthy. We'll hear your idea, sir.
For an Adam Sandler.
All right,
Don't sit there. Sit in that seat.
you're in caveman times, but it's caveman times, sort of like the Flintstones, right? And it's the Truman Show, set in caveman times. There's a character, Ugg. Ugg lives in one of those giant holes in the ground, like you've seen in Malaysia, where there's sunlight coming through the top, but it's a whole little universe to itself. And what Ugg doesn't know is that he is actually in a reality show, and everyone that is around him is in on it. And so he believes in this God, and he believes all these things to be true, but really Adam Sandler, the producer, is producing this reality show from the rim of the cave, and all these people, all these other cavemen, are paying to watch Adam Sandler through big Flintstone binoculars.
Okay, so they have glass in this world.
And they do pranks on him and all this stuff, and then just like the Truman Show, Ugg starts to figure out that something's not right in the world that he lives in.
So,
And he breaks out and confronts Adam Sandler and throws him into the hole.
so wait, is Adam Sandler in the hole, or is Adam Sandler the producer? Or
Adam
is this
Sandler
both roles?
is the producer.
Ed Harris.
Yeah, he is the Ed Harris, and Ugg would be played by me.
And instead of having
Okay.
high-tech gadgets and cameras, they'd be like a tall brontosaurus doing a zoom-in dolly shot.
Yeah.
Or two pterodactyls are the binoculars.
Yeah, or they just like, you know,
This is good.
Somebody gets like, if they want a closer look at it, they get lowered down on a rope, like dressed as a cloud
Yeah.
or something.
That's good.
And, like,
This
and they
is
pay
good.
extra for that.
So he's in the cave the whole time, Ugg.
Yeah, he's born in the cave, raised.
In the cave.
Yeah.
And the other people have ways in and out of the cave, but they don't
he
tell
doesn't.
Ugg.
He doesn't know that he's always like, what is up there?
Yeah.
What is
You're
beyond?
into the character. Keep going. Give me more
Yeah,
Ugg.
but think about it. The life expectancy back then was like 12. So at like 3, he'd hit puberty and be like an adult. So you don't have to like put him off. Like Truman Show was put off for like 35 years or whatever. This is like you'd have to only do it for like 2 years.
Max 20.
Kid would be full grown.
Hard
Like,
max
Well, I think
20.
that just like the audience were a
they
lot
were-
tougher.
cavemen didn't
It
live
wasn't.
this
It wasn't that he was gonna die. Like there had been other people in the cave, but he had made it the longest because he was the most entertaining. Usually they would kill off the character.
Right.
And, like,
Oh, there's a dark secret ending. Maybe he
Yeah.
finds the murder basement.
I would say that the ending.
think you've got
I don't think the
something
ending would be confronting Adam Sandler. I think it would be him beating Adam Sandler with a rock and then gnawing on his carcass.
So like an apocalypto style.
Yeah, it'd
ending.
have to be more.
Wait. What's
'cause
the
it's-
difference between him beating Adam Sandler and him confronting him?
No, eating his carcass. I said that as well.
Robbie's really into the carcoal cannibalism.
Well, when you said confronting, it could be like, hey, like him and Ed Harris, like how they did the.
Well, I did say that he
Truman,
would.
you're live to the world.
But I did say that he was going to throw Adam Sandler into the hole.
He did.
Oh, I didn't hear that.
Yeah. So he throws him in the hole, and then it's like, you know, the end of the movie is Ugg running this new reality show, which is just people throwing like bananas at Adam Sandler in the hole with slingshots and stuff. I don't know.
I'll tell you what.
Or rocks.
I like the whole
thing.
What do you think?
You know what? I think you've
I
got
like
something.
everything.
Green
but
light?
I like everything but the ending. It's
Well,
gonna-
we can
we're
work
gonna
on
need a-
that.
We're gonna need a page
Yeah.
one.
Yeah.
We're gonna need a page one.
By
on
the time
ending.
you get to page 60, you'll know an ending. You know, it'll come forward.
Also, is this a
It'll come to the
movie or
page.
TV series?
This is a movie, but I could see it easily
As a
turning
TV
into
series?
a TV
I
series.
could too.
Well, so that would be season 1. Season 2, Adam's Revenge.
Adam's Revenge.
Netflix, an original.
Okay.
I mean, I'm just thinking he signed like an 8-picture deal or something with Netflix.
Oh, yeah.
Like
He's
you gotta fill up
five,
those.
okay.
Yeah, you gotta
4.
come up with things.
I gotta tell you, Chuck, shooters shoot, man.
Hey.
Just these ideas you've said today are already like I'm probably gonna use them.
It's
You
good.
okay
It's good to openly state on multiple cameras your intention to steal someone's work.
Yes, going to steal your stuff. Thank you.
I'm not gonna steal it. Borrow.
We're gonna be partners. We're gonna be partners
Did
until
Pizza
I
Hut
cut
steal
you
pizza
out.
from Domino's, or did it merely improve it by a tiniest little bit? But
I do remember how fun it was going to Pizza Hut as a kid. Is it true you lost an Emmy to Barack Obama?
Well, yeah, I was in a sketch
Uh-huh.
for the Soup or Talk Soup about True Detective with Joel McHale and Jim Rash playing the True Detectives, and that was up for an Emmy, but it lost to Between Two Ferns with Zach Galifianakis interviewing Barack Obama. So I can actually say, thanks, Obama.
That was very
pretty high caliber talent, at least, too.
Yeah,
it's not like
yeah.
you're like
Zach
Selena
Galifianakis?
Gomez in her first sketch. You're like, fuck. You know?
Well, it's not like they would have emailed me an Emmy award.
They could have. They do deserve it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You have to pay for those.
The show is funny, by the way.
Yeah.
It is funny. Well, just so you're not just an inventor and genius,
You can just say
inventor
genius.
and person inventing people walking, but you also are a Hollywood actor, Chuck, and you're in skits. You even did your own film here called Chatty Cats.
Well, I was in Chatty Cats.
You're in Chatty Cats.
Yeah. And that movie is about a cat that can talk.
I love it. This is what you got to pitch right here.
The cat, well, it's several cats that can talk. It's about a main storyline about a cat that can talk and his terrible owner. And
Played
then
by
Megan
okay.
Helmsley. I don't know. I can't remember. I can never. It's like three names. Megan though.
I'm just gonna take a stab in the dark here and say that her name's probably Megan Hensley.
Hensley, yeah, Megan Hensley.
Just guessed.
Oh well, she just got married, so maybe it's different.
Okay,
now.
fair enough.
Anyway, she played the main terrible cat owner, but then there was a lot of little vignettes of other cat owners playing with their cats and the cats talking, and I played one of those people. But the really interesting thing about that movie is that all the cats are voiced by people that have gotten cochlear implants. So they were deaf, but now they're not.
Oh.
So it adds this like interesting level of like the I Can Has Cheeseburger kind of vibe of like cats not quite being able to talk like humans, but
Interesting.
yeah.
That's very
What an interesting way to go about creating that effect.
Well, and the main cat voiceover guy just has this amazing cadence because, yeah, he learned how to talk when he was like 30 or something. So it's just, it's an interesting thing. And it's definitely not done to be like, look at these people, they used to be deaf.
Yeah.
But it's an interesting thing. And I think it's a weird movie, but it's very,
You know
it's
what?
watchable.
I didn't think I was going to go see it, but now I actually
kinda
might,
know.
just because that sounds like a very
I
interesting.
mean,
Yeah.
what a dick. I planned to see it the whole time, Producer Will, but that's okay. Jeez.
I'm not going to lie. You know, be honest. That's what we learned from Redbox Dating.
Yeah.
We got an 84-minute run time.
Oh, I could watch that.
That's a
Yeah.
good time for movies. I'm sick
Yeah.
of this fucking 3-hour shit. Just
You know-
give me an hour and a half.
You know what else is watchable? Forever. It's another movie I'm in.
Oh, really?
I thought it was a bit. I'm already chuckling. Oh my god! I'll get the joke in a second.
I was pretty sure I'm the only one that does segues.
It's just
around
another
here.
thing on the.
But tell us about Forever.
You got all pissy. I'm the only one segueing here.
I'm the only one that does segues here.
I'm sorry. Is it called Chuck McCarthy?
We're pretty close to Santa Monica. I think there's a Segway tour around here.
There's a lot of them. Speaking of the anti-Chuck McCarthy, what a way to go outside, not connect with someone, and get no exercise whatsoever, than to go get on a Segway. Segway.
My favorite thing about the Segway is that the owner of the company drove off a cliff on a Segway and died.
Nobody talks
Wait,
about
I mean,
wait,
it's not
wait.
my favorite thing, but it's very ironic.
It's extremely ironic,
thing.
and I'm not. Before I make a joke, was it intentional or purely accidental?
No, accidental. He was on
You know
like
how much money that guy had? No way he'd drive off on
I'm
purpose.
just, yeah, you know,
Everybody's on those goddamn
you know,
things.
he was an
Depression hits everyone,
off-roader.
rich and poor.
Well,
But you should put more money in R&D or maybe a better brake system. I bet he really regrets it as he was falling
Wow.
off the
But he
cliff.
was
Will, too soon.
Oh, that's why I
Come on,
asked.
man.
It was an
A man
accident.
died. I mean, honestly.
Yeah, I mean, I think it was a freak accident, but
We hope so. What is he?
I think he was going really fast, and he was on one that was designed to go off road,
Yeah.
and it was along a river embankment. And
What do you like to do? I like to invent segways. I've just built it so I can go really fast next to cliff edges. That's
he was the owner of the company, not the inventor. The inventor's still alive, but I mean,
Oh, Mike Segway?
yeah,
Hell of a guy.
I can't remember his name. But you guys remember when the Segway came out,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and they were like teasing it? They were like, the Saturn commercials worked. Like, let's do that where we don't actually show people what it is. We just kind of tease it. And they're like,
That,
this is gonna change the way people move through cities. This is gonna change the world. And then the Segway came out, and everybody was like, "So it's a bike you ride weird?
so that's good.
It's a-
Multiple thousands of dollars. You know?
It's a scooter with 2 wheels."
I don't know.
All right, Chuck. I do want to come back around to the people walking because there's something you said very interesting in your TED Talk, which, by the way, you should go check out Ted's TED Talk, Chuck's TED Talk. It's on YouTube. Search Chuck McCarthy TED Talk on YouTube. You can find it. Fantastic stuff. I actually called you when you're in the middle of rehearsing it the first time. You're like, okay, I got to go. I got to finish rehearsing this. I was like, all right, my bad. A lot of interesting stuff. But one thing in particular, you talked about the no pain, no gain segment, how walking helps you forget about pain. Can you tell us that story? Because I found it fascinating.
Well, it's just that, people say no pain, no gain a lot, but it's not really true. I mean, and sometimes people end up with serious injuries at the gym thinking like, I'm doing it right.
No pain, no gain.
You've got a hernia.
Sir, you're bleeding. No pain, no gain.
I'm gaining right now. Leave me alone.
But yeah, no, walking is something that definitely can be a lot of gain without very much pain, and can actually make you forget about your problems, at least for a little while, and distract you and get you away from them. And, early on when I was doing this, I had somebody come to me and they really wanted to walk with me. And I said, okay, that's what I'm here for. So I went to walk with this woman. When I got to her house, she was like, oh, I don't know if I can go. I mean, I don't think I'm going to walk very far. I got kind of a bum leg. And I just said, well, we'll just walk and see, it doesn't matter. I mean, like however far you want to walk, that's also the deal. That's why I'm here. And we got to walking and talking, and we walked, 5 miles.
There you go.
And at the end of it, she couldn't believe that we had walked 5 miles. B, couldn't believe how fast the time had gone.
So,
And C, she didn't tell me she was in some sort of terrible pain. And I saw her the next day, and she didn't say like, oh, I'm in so much pain from our walk. She just wanted to talk about how far we had gone and how great walking with me was.
yeah.
And that's the thing about exercise, is it doesn't have to be painful, and it doesn't actually even have to be I don't know, it can be enjoyable. I mean, if you think about playing basketball or playing tennis or playing any kind of game, it's exercise, but people don't ever say like, oh, I have to go play basketball unless it's, Kobe Bryant or something. It's like,
This is my career. Unless you're Mikael from Slovenia.
Yeah.
Michael Jordan.
But yeah, like sex is a workout. I mean, most people aren't like,
It's very painful.
Gotta do the sex tonight. It's enjoyable, and it's still definitely a workout.
Yeah.
And walking is enjoyable, especially if you're walking with somebody else. It can go by and not even feel like a workout at all. It's just a conversation, hanging out.
My mom and dad walk every day together. Well, when my dad's not in business, and I think that it helped their relationship. Be so strong. Walking, it's nice.
Well, you open up you open up faster. Your brain chemistry actually changes. Like I said,
you said 60% more creative.
You're 60% more creative, but it's also. I talked about this in my TED Talk, and I don't know if it's ever, if there's any actual evidence, but I think because a lot of TED Talks, it's about questioning what it is, what the reality is, and I think that when you're walking with somebody, that it's in our human nature to feel more connected to them. Mm-hmm. Just because you're out in the world and you're two humans, it's like humans versus the world. And when you're out of your house, out of your comfort zone, then even if you're walking down the street in Santa Monica, there's a certain amount of danger in the back of our minds of, being outside, being in the open, that, deep in our animal brains, we're more connected and got each other's backs if we're walking together.
And for a brief moment, you're the exact same experience.
Yeah.
You're both walking on the same street, seeing, for the most part, the same stuff.
Yeah, exactly. It's a shared experience. And that's also something I talked about in my TED Talk, was just the fact that now that's the base. I mean, that basically a shared experience is the basis of a relationship. Yeah. I mean, that's why people go on dates, and more successful dates are dates where you're actually doing something together, versus, and even if you're watching a movie together, then you have both watched that movie. So now you have something to talk about, which kind of goes also back to the small talk thing.
To the red box talk.
Back to the red box.
But yeah, it's like you have this movie you can talk about. You both saw 50 First Dates. Maybe you don't remember much, but I will
never forget Sam Ashton and that Sean Ashton. Yeah,
and that
tank top.
I'm just asking for a friend of mine. If you take a lot of steroids, there. Yeah, he was funny.
I'll never forget Sam Aston.
Yeah, good old Sam Aston. Hey, Chuck.
Sean.
I hope you mean the no pain, no gain. Because the next segment of our show, you're going to experience plenty of pain, and you're going to have a shared experience with myself and producer Will. So buckle in your seatbelt, because we're moving on to method acting. For those of you playing along at home, method acting is where we give Chuck a scenario, and he must answer as a character or a person in that scenario. Are you ready?
Yes.
No. It's not funny. This is serious. Okay, Chuck. Question 1. You are Adam Sandler, who's stuck in the perpetual voice of Billy Madison all the time now. Calls you to pitch what actor he wants to play you in the People Walker movie.
Zabadoo! Hey, Chuck McCarthy. Woo! You wanna get your People Walker movie made? Woo! Hey, I got an idea. I think Carl should play the character, because Carl is a good guy and able to walk. I saw him walk around the pool with his wiener out. You didn't see me doing that, did you, Carl? Did you? No. I was there. Ooh, ooh, ooh.
Okay, that's pretty good. That's a good answer. Let's do question two.
All right. You're Barack Obama, about to call yourself, Chuck, to talk shit about beating you with an Emmy.
Okay.
Hello, this is Chuck McCarthy.
Hi, Chuck. This is Barack Obama. I see you lost to me. That is tragic. My condolences. Barack out, loser.
That's pretty good stuff.
I don't know.
That's good. That was great.
It's hard.
It's not. It's a tough impression.
It's hard with the headphones, and I've had a cold.
Don't apologize. You did great.
Question three. Not to do that again. Oh yeah, now I remember.
No, please don't do it again.
And question three. You are Liam Neeson, who was just paid a boatload of money by the People Walker to make a voice recording advertising your services. Ring ring. Hello.
Hi, this is Liam Neeson, calling on behalf of the People Walker. Maybe you don't feel safe out there, alone, by yourself. I know. I've done a lot of movies about people by themselves, alone, being taken, snatched, killed. The People Walker can help with that. You need the People Walker. I needed money. Go to peoplewalker.com. You won't regret it. I'm Liam Neeson, and this was a paid advertisement.
And that's it for Method Act.
Oh, that was top notch.
Wow.
I gotta say, I think still the best movie pitch of the day, and we've had some good ones from you, Chuck, is the sort of reverse speed where you can't go too fast as you walk across town.
Yeah.
I think that if that's not a good sketch, there's an idea there
Yeah.
for something too. That's good.
This car can't go above 7 miles an hour. What?
We can't get on a bus. Are you crazy?
How am I supposed to get there?
There's cameras on the buses. We have to walk.
Tell that wildcat. Well, that was fantastic stuff, Chuck. If you don't mind, I'm going to get you out of here. The last question I ask all our guests on the show, and that is, what would Chuck McCarthy now tell Chuck McCarthy the day he decided he's going to move forward with the People Walker idea?
Build an app before you get millions and millions of dollars of free advertising and exposure instead of after. That's it.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay. Build an app.
Yeah.
We don't have an app for our show either. Maybe we'll build an app because we're giving away tons of free advertising. Get out of here, you water bottles.
Arrowhead water.
Get out of here, you delicious and thirst-quenching Arrowhead water bottle. Oh, damn it, we're doing
No, but it's
again.
Nestle, and we're not supposed to support Nestle.
What you have to do,
It's a joke.
you got to get new products that people aren't advertising yet.
Yeah.
And then you have those sitting on the table.
Like RC Cola. Who's advertising RC Cola?
no one drinks
We
that
could-
shit.
They'll never do that. I tried a lot with, Tecate. They didn't. They didn't appreciate any of my ads.
I once sent an email when I first moved out here and I was strapped for cash to log cabin syrup saying I would get a tattoo of their logo on my back for $10,000. I did not hear a response.
Yeah. Well, no one looks at your back. That's why.
Yeah, it's fair.
Well, we want to thank our guest, Chuck, for swinging by the studio. Thanks so much for coming in, Chuck. Fantastic guest. And thank you so much.
Thank you.
Producer Will, great show. And, of course, I did fantastic as always. Thank you, guys.
Well done.
Thank you. So be sure to check out Chuck's website, thepeoplewalker.com. If you're in LA and want to go for a walk, call my man up. He'll listen to you, even if you have diphtheria, gonorrhea, any sort of a rhea. He'll listen to your stories, no matter what it is. Thanks so much for coming by the studio, Chuck. And you guys be sure to tune in next week when our guest is going to be none other than Mr. Abedubit. Adam Sandler's going to be here.
What?
Yeah, it may or may not be true. So I wanted to find out. Let's tune in. Check us out on Instagram and, of course, YouTube if you want to see the video version and look at Chuck's sleeveless shirt and wonderful beard and hair. Till then, we'll see you guys later. Bye-bye. Fantastic. Good show.
It's a great show.
Robby D and the lesson known.